afternoon, class. Settle down. Thank you, yes. Hope everyone had a good commute in today. So, the topic of today's course is going to be one of the various pseudosciences that exist. So, science, kind of science, not really science. Something that we've all heard of probably called palm reading, aka chiromancy. It is the study of how palm readers and fortune tellers are able to look at the various lines that we have in each of our hands, and they're able to just kind of predict certain ways your future is going. For example, like the heart line will give certain information on like how many lovers you'll have, or the fate line maybe talks about like your children, like how many children you'll have, their health, etc. But ultimately, these lines are they're there. You know, you crease your hands and they're formed from that. So realistically, like, how are these lines supposed to tell people about their future? You know. So first of all, do I have any questions from anybody?
Yes. Is there any like specific topics on this? Like, is there like any history in this topic? Like,
so there's actually this history goes way back. Like you'll have to look it up for yourself for like a long time. And foreshadowing here, we're gonna do an assignment in this class, and the assignment is for each of you to pick a topic regarding the chiromancy pseudoscience. So we're gonna go, like, we have history, we have the criticisms behind the pseudoscience. So like, why is it considered a pseudoscience? Maybe I could get some names on the board for like, who wants to do the history?
I'll do the history.
That was Avery.
Yeah.
Right? Avery. Perfect. We need like two more. Like, can we think of like another topic? Anybody have a good topic idea?
What are like? That's kind of like some of the like impactful, like effective people on this topic.
Yes, the influential people. Cool. That people. That kind of also ties into the history, so maybe talk a little bit with Avery on that one. All right, how about Mona? You look like you're eager to do the criticisms potentially. Yes. Nice. All right.
I'd love to. Just because Shane's not here today, but I bet you would really love to do the research methods.
The research methods.
Yeah.
Good point, Avery. That is a super important. Yes. Thank you for including those who are absent today. So, yeah. Does anybody have any questions? Or we got a lot of questions. Go ahead, Mona.
Can I just say that I'm so excited to be learning about chiromancy?
Ah.
Something I've always really wanted to learn about.
Nice. Yeah. It's fascinating. It really is. So like, when you get into your research, I'm sure you'll discover like the various cold reading techniques used by these people. Like they're very good at telling you what you want to hear and getting you to. They're so good at like putting a smile on your face and making sure that you're hearing what you want to hear. That Avery.
When is this project due?
It's going to be due real soon. Maybe we'll give you a week for the deadline. And
I just want to give you some information that I have about it. I want to give you that to like other like people in the class.
Yeah.
Had I heard about it? That's also kind of like a really cultural thing. That's also like become like, guys, in each country, this is like a chiromancy or palm industry. As I know, that's can be all on the different ways, and like I'm also really excited to just research about it.
Awesome. Yes, I'm excited. excited to teach about it. And you have, yes. Go ahead, Mona.
I have another question.
Please.
Is chiromancy, like, is it like, kind of like, I don't know if studied is the word, different in every culture?
Different cultures certainly have different outlooks on it. If you end up looking through the history, you'll see that there are some common similarities, such as like the names Heartline, Fateline, those come up a lot. And various cultures look at it through various lenses, right? So like some cultures they end up like taking it very much at face value, and some cultures end up looking at it a little more like critically and try to explain like, you know, why do these lines have an impact on someone's life, you know? And they're just critical about it.
Perfect.
Well,
So,
you
yeah.
you guys want to meet up and start the project?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
That concludes today's lesson. Thank you.
Thanks.
Have a good weekend, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm super confused about Professor Barbanov's lecture.
Yeah.
I think we should do some more research on the
Yeah.
population.
There's a lot of topic that we can just do the research on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can look it up.
We can look up some videos, maybe get some more research on the background
Yeah.
and all that, and then we can come together and
Yeah, we can just write a draft on it and then make it like a small video on it.
yeah, cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, good.
See you guys
See
next
ya.
week.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Alright. Oh, I should call Shane. Hey, how are you doing, man? Oh shit.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, good. Just for a reminder about the class, the professor just gave us an assignment. We should do a project on palmistry. Another name for that is chiromancy. We should look it up.
Oh, okay.
He just gave us some topics to look at it, like some specific topics. I will send that for you. You can just like look it up and like we will like do it with like Avery and Mona and like other group mates. We can just like do it and look it up and make a project.
Oh, I see. Thanks for telling me, man. I didn't know that. We're doing a group project? Okay. Sounds good. I'll have to work on that soon then. Okay, see you, man.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, see you then. Bye.
Okay, so our group is doing a topic on palmistry, also known as chiromancy. So let me do some research about the history of it. Okay, perfect. So palmistry, also known as chiromancy, has been around for thousands of years, tracing back to ancient Hindu texts called the Vedas. These sacred writings mention the light of the hand, laying the foundation of palmistry. While it lacks scientific backing, many people worldwide still believe in it. Some see it as entertainment, while others seek answers about themselves and their future. Oh, that's pretty interesting. This practice has roots in various cultures like Persia, China, and Egypt, and evolved notably in ancient Greece. Over time, its core principles stayed the same, practiced differently across cultures. Initially tied to fortune-telling, palmistry was also linked to ideas about the human body and medicine rather than just its occult. Surprisingly, it wasn't only associated with witches, but used by medieval witch hunters, connecting skin spots to dealings with the devil. Despite criticism, palm reading regained popularity during the Renaissance. Throughout history, palmistry has fascinated people worldwide, reflecting our intrigue with life. Its created traditions, beliefs, and evolved practices. Reading the lines on our palm is like solving a mysterious puzzle, revealing our love for uncovering secrets as humans. Okay, so now that I know more about the history of palmistry, I'm gonna message the group and let them know.
Right. let's see what I have here. The professor said something about chiromancy. We have to do a project, right? Okay, let's get this done. Rustin said we had a project. Guess we'll do that. Let's see here.
The main methods of how to do the chiromancy. So here's the introduction to the mounts and the lines on the palm. The name of the 7 mounts corresponds to the 7 ancient gods' celestial bodies from Greek and Roman mythology. A mount's effect is greatest when it rises fully from the palm. In most cases, a person's personality is a blend of the characteristics of both of their dominant mounts, which have an equal impact. Human nature comes in many forms. As a result of these unique combinations, a summary of each mount I will be explaining further. So, talking about the lines, there are several small lines on our palm. As our palm is full of lines, we can see that, but there are only 6 which are the main ones. So, we will simply discuss the main points further about the lines. So, the major lines, the first one I will going ahead with the heart line. So the heart line is, in short, I would say it is ability to feel and taste that strengthen the heart. The heart line typically shows halfway between the mounts of Saturn and Jupiter, or goes back into the lifeline. It begins beneath the little finger on the intimate side of the hand and swings across the hand. It explains our sensitivity, past romantic relationships, comfort level in meeting new people, and things that make us feel happy. The second major line I will be talking about is the headline. In short, our mind's altimeter. The headline explains the structure and path of our thought process. It is located between the thumb and the forefinger, where the story of our psyche starts, linked to our early years at the base of our lifeline. Our interests are what demonstrates our intelligence, not how long our headlines are. So the third line which I will be talking about will be the lifeline. The lifeline is our energy meter. The lifeline forms a broad arc around the thumb. It offers details regarding a person's vitality and resilience to sickness. Energy runs low and resistance to sickness is reduced when the connection becomes weakened or broken in the lifeline. And the last line which I will be talking about is the fate line, that depicts energy, ambition, focus. Thought not everyone has one. The fate line extends from the wrist to the fingers. Let's define destiny. We are not discussing the idea of our mind, which is an unstoppable thing, essential personal destiny. Rather, the fate line explains the amount of effort we make to change our circumstances, as well as our desire, willpower, focus, and resolve. Thank you.
So, chiromancy is the practice of fortune telling through the study of the palm, also known as palm reading. Very cool, okay. So, here's what I've written so far. Alright, well, through my research, I'm going to conclude this, I guess. Or the main lines in palm reading is the lifeline, the heart line, the head line, the fate line, the sun line. And it really varies depending on how your hand is formed and what each line means. Let me double check my wording. Chiromancy examines the face of one's hands, the size, shape, and feel in the inner lines of the weave. Palm gestures are used widely throughout the world. Chiromancy or palmistry has a couple main components, including the 7 mounts. The names of the 7 mounts correspond to the 7 ancient gods. Also, the implications of fortune use medical aid, and also that medical aid is apparently played by early medical genetics. Usually, palmistry is examined through the face of one's hand and size. So, Observing these things gives the palmist knowledge of one's future, or medical aid, where you can help an injury by telling someone about the observations of the palms. These lines might mean a sign of the wounds, just like how it means something for like a heart line. Alright, well, I guess I'll submit it now. Well done.
Okay, the professor said we should do a research on palmistry. Another name for that is chiromancy, right? So let's search for it. And my specific topic is about influence people on that, right? Okay, let's start with Aristotle. I'm saying his name here. He's a Greek philosopher and physiognomics. In his book, he discusses about the relation between person's shape of hand and their character. That's good. And the other people I can see here is Nostradamus. He is a French physician and astrologer. And he included a section on his book about the palmistry, right? The other person that I can see here is Ptolemy, and he's also a Greek astronomer and astrologer. In his book, the name of that, sorry for that. Tetrabiblos, right? In his book, he's just can be one of the most important and effective works on chiromancy and astrology in the Western traditions. Because as you know, one of the most important things in chiromancy and palmistry is the influence of the culture and the traditions in each region, right? The other person I can see here is William G. Benham, and he's an English palmist. And he also include a subject on his book about the laws of significant handwriting. The other person that I can see here is Edward D. Campbell, and he's an American palmist who he lived in 20th century, and he also have a book. He has several books, but I want to mention one. The Encyclopedia of Palmistry is one of his most important things in the palmistry. He's really influenced people on that. The other people that I can see here, Chiro, he was an Irish astrologist, and also he also wrote a book about palmistry and also related many subjects on that. And he was also a very famous writer about Oscar Wilde. And the last person that I can see here is Richard Unger, and he's a modern day palmist. He made a significant contributions to the field of chiromancy, and his works on the palmistry has participations around the world, and he has developed a unique system of hand analysis. And yeah, that's it. That's all. Thank you.
So what I can tell, chiromancy is a pseudoscience because it's unfalsifiable, and we can't prove that the predictions and readings made in chiromancy definitely do or do not occur. There is a counterpoint for this argument, and palm reading is seen in its community as more of a supernatural phenomenon than a scientific method. Chiromancy, alongside other superstitions and pseudoscientific beliefs, has no bias in the calling of practice science. Even though chiromancy looks like a lot of fun, it's probably good to keep a skeptical mindset and promote critical thinking. Because there's no scientific evidence for the practice, chiromancy theory may not be far off of some plausibility. There are still so many questions that we need to ask and answer regarding the art of chiromancy. Are there certain genetic traits on the palms of hands that can protect one's health? Even if palmistry is not true, can elements within the practice be found true in the future? Further research is needed to clear up the understanding of the phenomenon.